Awesome. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetically Black, always empowered, never broken. I am your host, as always, Brittany, and I am joined by my co-host DeAndre. How are
What's up,
you?
y'all?
So this week is the last week for us of well, in general, I guess, of Black History Month. And we wanted to celebrate all of the entrepreneurs that we know, all of the businesses and Black businesses in our personal lives, really. We could have branched out further, but we want to uplift the people we know who are out here doing the damn thing. Basically, like we want to uplift all of the Black businesses and all of the people we know. Last week we talked about toxic friendships and how toxic friends are those who don't help out their friend or support their dream, support their business, belittle their business by calling it their little whatever they're working on. So I wanted to take today, and DeAndre also wanted to take today to celebrate Black businesses and to talk about what everybody's doing out here. So that is what we are talking about today. Our first guest today is Marcel. Before we talk anything about businesses, we start everything with a mental health check in. So, how are you feeling today? How's your week been?
How y'all doing? I'm good. I'm Marcel. I'm feeling good though. The weekend's been going good. Like nothing bad has really happened. Just making sure everything go good, running smooth, no stress from social media, paying attention to other people's lives and different things like that. Getting sucked in and just basically stuff that will take you off focus from yourself. So just focus on myself and making sure that staying on the right path and staying determined on things that I gotta do to reach these goals.
I feel that. How about you, DeAndre? How have you been?
Everything's on the up and up over here. I got hours back, got the days right at work, so another paycheck coming, everything be smooth again. So I'm good.
Awesome.
You good?
I'm good. I've been cooling. There's been a lot going on in general, but I've been good. I've been in a good headspace. That's the most important thing. This weekend, I actually did a dance class with my friends. It was like a sensual dance class, and I had so much fun. And the next day, my core was on fire. I was like, I didn't even realize I was like working out. There was one move that was like a reverse burpee, and I was like, okay, sis, you playing? But like
That
the
was a real
rest of it
skill.
felt like a dance, and it was smooth. Like
That's what up,
so
though.
it was a lot of fun. So I've been in a good place. I've been
So was
cooling.
was the move smooth for y'all?
We're still working on that. Moving on.
Uh,
So, but Marcel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Today is about you. Today's about your business. Let's talk. What do you do? What's your business called? I have some information down at the bottom, but introduce yourself.
So I appreciate that. Okay, first I want to let some people know. All right, if y'all are reading the bottom, it's just a little mistake on there. The
Oh,
only thing that's dominate is
I can
Facebook.
change
My
that.
business page, the only one that's dominate is Facebook. Everything else is dominating bodies. My Instagram is dominating bodies. My YouTube is dominating bodies, and my Facebook, I'm sorry, and my TikTok is dominating bodies. Just so y'all want to
I'm
link in.
changing it right now, boo. I got you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Continue.
Appreciate it. But I am a personal trainer. I've been personal training for 4 years. I've been into fitness myself for 7 years. Me and my brother, we have our own gym, which is located at 25886 West 6 Mile in Redford, Michigan. We are open every day, like snowstorm. It doesn't matter. I drive a big Ram, so there's no excuses for me when to be like, "Oh, snow." I don't care about that. Let's go. If you can make it to the gym, you can make it to the gym. Y'all are go shopping in the snowstorm. You can make it to the gym. All right, okay. Um, but I've been doing that, and it has been going good. Last year, literally in 2021, even during the pandemic, me and my brother were able to open our first location in the gym that we had. It was 1,400 square feet, so it was a nice size, for us to get a good start.
Hmm.
And just through blessings and just working and people knowing, what I'm saying, what we do and just praying and doing things like that and staying on that right path within the year of 2022, where we are right now, we were able to move into a bigger building. So the bigger building that we have now is 2,600 square feet. So we
Nice.
just doubled our size. So definitely grateful for that. Amen to God for that and praise Him for that. I am currently also I do powerlifting competitions myself. My brother is a bodybuilder. A lot of people don't know the difference between that, so I'm gonna just break it down
Right.
real quick.
Elaborate.
Simple terms. So like bodybuilders is the dudes who be on stage and they thongs. Simple term, all right? If you a bodybuilders do, they go on stage, they do the pose, and they get all oiled up and they go on stage and they do what they gotta do. That's bodybuilding. As a power lifter, I put on my singlet or onesie if you want to call it that. And I'm the one that get under the weights or I squat, I bench press and I squat and I deadlift. So those are the two differences right there.
Got you. So it's
I
the
have
pretty boys versus the strengths. Got you.
right, basically, um, I currently hold two Michigan State records and one Ohio State record for
Nice.
powerlifting right now. Got a powerlifting competition coming in May. So I'm really just, what I'm saying, I'm focused on that really and getting myself training. So I kind of slowed down on some clients because I'm like, I got to give myself that time right now. Other than that, things have been going great. Like I said, I was able to, when I did start my fitness, I started with a guy named, I don't know if you guys may know, bro, you may know a guy named C.T. Fletcher.
The name's very familiar, but I can't put a face to it.
Okay. If you go on YouTube, if you search CT Fletcher and you type in contest winner, you'll see me pop up. And this was 2016, I would want to say. No, yeah, 2016, 2017. And I basically won that contest. And that's how I got started into fitness. And so, like this wasn't a dream. I didn't like want to be a personal trainer. You got some guys who like, I want to be a personal trainer. Like, I ain't want to be a personal trainer, like nothing like that. Like something about CT Fletcher, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of fitness enthusiasts out here, but it was something about CT Fletcher that caught me, you know what I'm saying? That God put him there in order for him to give me that message, whatever the message was, that obviously I need to be doing something else different, with my life. And just pursuing that with CT, and like I said, I end up winning the contest, and I figured right there that was like the sign from God. If any sign from God, if a person has had a sign for something like that, I figure if you win something that's like real big or something, it was supposed to happen for you. That's something that you should be doing.
Hmm.
And I basically went with that. When I started fitness, I was just working out for myself. I was like, when I won, I created the brand Dominating Bodies because I was like, I want some fitness clothing. Like I didn't hear about, we got Detroit versus everybody, we got people make t-shirts all day, every day, things like that. I didn't hear of any, fitness clothing. I'm like, we ain't got no fitness clothing, like our fellas compression shirts and different things like that for our ladies, our bracket shirts, different things to wear in the gym, like Fabletics, like a lot of people wearing now that we see. So I was like, I want to create that. I didn't plan on personal training. I was just focused on me and just creating clothes. And
Hmm.
just as I focused on myself and my body started developing more, people just kept asking, you train, you train. I'm like, no, no. And then one day I'm like, fuck it, I train y'all then, okay?
Right.
Come on. And it went from there. And I used to work at Chrysler. I worked there at Chrysler for 9 years. And just like I said, going through just trusting God with trust and faith, everybody was like, you should quit, you should quit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna quit when the time is right, when God showed me that sign, like the time is right. Right now,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do these 10 hours at Chrysler, whatever I gotta do, and then I'm gonna go to the gym after work. I'm gonna do what I gotta do and, until
And
that
grind it
time is right.
out.
Yeah. So I was definitely running myself a lot. So within that past 4 years, like I said, when I had started actually training, last year is when I actually quit Chrysler last year in April. And that was the sign from God.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. The sign, and that sign was, Chrysler base, during the pandemic, basically still going on right now. People don't go to work. They're like, man, why would I go to work? If I can call COVID and get paid to stay home, I'm going to call COVID and get paid to stay home.
Hmm.
And during that time, that's when you could literally do it. And Chrysler, it was just that easy. Like I can just call and, hey, I got COVID. They're gonna be like, cool, just stay home. We'll pay you 2 weeks, and boom. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely not going back to work. Um, and no one was going to work. Not just saying me, but no one was going to work. So they end up having us on a mandatory 6 days, 10 hours.
Mm.
And at that time, I already had my gym, my first gym, and I'm like, I can't do 6 days, 10 hours. Like I literally like I have a built up clientele. I can't do it. So that was a
Right.
sign right there to go ahead and stop. And pursue the gym 100%. And it has been going good. You know, it has been a little bit of struggle sometimes when I ran into that winter time. Like, man, people not going to come in the winter. I don't know. I ran into it a little bit of a struggle, but it hasn't been nothing to the point where I'm like, I got to go back to work.
Right. Which is a
and
blessing.
and you know, I'm still just focused on just doing it. If I do have to go back to work for any reasons, you know, it's not a big problem. But right now, I'm just glad that things are going good with my gym, and that's just the plan to continue doing that. You know, I want people to offer all types of services. You know, right now we got virtual training. I offer virtual training. Of course, I have personal if you want to come to the gym. I have workout plans. You know, Brittany, I sent you some workout plans before last year and things like that. That
Hmm.
you getting back on the grind, as you
I'm
told
getting
me.
on it, okay?
There was one move that was like a reverse burpee.
My bad.
Um, I'm like, what's that? I do offer personal training, I offer virtual training, I offer workout plans. My website is dominatingbodies.com. You guys can go on there, and that'll give you basic the information that you would need to know on things that I do offer for anyone that's interested. My plan for future is to continue to, you know, be successful with my gym. I don't plan on being or want to be like, oh, I got to be the greatest trainer or everyone got to know me. Like it's not that serious to me. Like to be like that trainer. I
Mhm.
am a trainer, and I take, like I said, this is not something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It's something that God brought to me. So I'm living it through him. So whatever comes, it comes to me, and I'm just pursuing it to get it out further and further, and how I got started. So I want to continue with my gym to be successful here, possibly grow bigger if it does. And then I want to travel. You know, I want to go to different states and stuff and just do boot camp classes or a couple clients just to continue to get the name out there, you know, and the story of how I got started. And like everyone else who's a fitness trainer or has a brand or a fitness brand, we got to branch out in order to grow. And you
Yeah.
know, Detroit and Michigan or Southfield, wherever someone may live in Michigan. Period. Michigan is big. You know, I hate to hear people, I gotta move out of Michigan to do this and to do that. Like, you know, it's people that want to move to Michigan, so and to get whatever type of job. So
Right.
everywhere you go is something. Uh, everywhere that you go, someone will offer something, you know what I'm saying, offer something different every state that you go to. So it's always good to branch out. I don't think Michigan is like not for me because I feel like I have made it successful
I
enough
was gonna
with
say
my
you're
gym.
succeeding, yeah.
Right, like I'm succeeding in it, so I don't feel like, oh, it's Michigan. Like, what if you move to that state and then you fail, and then what, you gonna come back home? Like, I gotta go back home. That's
Right.
usually what everybody do when you move out of state, man. I can always go back home, like, but you
Right.
just wanted to move though. Okay,
Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
so I just want to travel. Michigan will be the home. You know, do I plan on moving? If I do, then I do. But other than that, Michigan is home. You know, I'm glad to have a successful business running here. I can see it definitely growing more, even with everything that's going on with the world. And like I said, just want to travel and get that name out more. My motto is you dominate the mind, you dominate the body. And that's just with anything in life. That's not just with my fitness, that's with anything you do, whether school, the podcast that you're doing right now. When y'all got together and y'all thought about the podcast, like, look, we should do this and we should do that.
Right.
That's your mind putting it forward first. Y'all came up with the plan, and now you're following with your body with emotion. Now we online now. So dominate the mind, you dominate the body is always first. Your mind not gonna do nothing. If your mind not in there, you're not gonna want to work out. You're not gonna want to go to school.
Absolutely.
Kids gonna run wild. Everybody, you know, you just not gonna be there. You know, so the mind has to be there. Sometimes we got to get that back on focus first within ourselves, and then back. All right, what you need, husband, if you got a husband or your girl or you know what I'm saying, kids. Like, okay, I'm back,
Hmm.
which always killing me at first. So you got to
Exactly.
dominate the mind. You dominate the body with anything we do. That promotion you want, that high school degree, that whatever you need, you have to put that mind forward to it. And if you really want it, you got to go for
It's such a motivational way to start the show.
It is. Let's
it.
stay
Right?
on.
It's like, yes. Jamal had asked from the audience, do you offer nutrition in meal plans?
I do.
Awesome. And I know for me, I'm in Maryland. If you ever want to come visit, I would totally throw a fitness party. We could do a boot camp. Let me
I'm
know.
telling you, I'm
Like,
definitely like, I'm
let
hooking
me
up with
know.
people that I know where first. And I'm like, look, if we could get, you know, like, I mean, it's money involved, but it's not money involved at the same time. I'm like,
Right.
look, if I can get enough people that covered the flight, should I get the room, or you know what I'm saying, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I'd focus on until the growth is there, and then of
Right.
course the more times that I'll come, it'd be like, cool, flight covered and the room covered by just y'all. Oh yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
good now. But in the beginning, like I said, I want to go to places where I know people support. You know what I'm saying? So you in Maryland, I got people in New York, and just random people who just seeing me growth through social media. They like, man, I wish you was here, or I wish you could come here. And I'm
Right.
like, I need to start traveling, but of course, gotta have that money in there.
Right. So Rich asked, do you do motivational speaking?
I do not, Rich. It's something that I have thought about. No lie, I do have a book. It's a guy by the name of William Hollis. I don't know if you've heard about him. He's actually from Flint, Michigan, and he's doing his thing right now. If you search him on YouTube or on Instagram, his name is William Hollis. He does great, and literally, I do not read books. When I say I haven't read a book, Brittany could probably tell you
Since
high school. I don't
Lathrop,
even think I took
you
books
didn't
to high
know.
school. I don't even think I took books in class. She's like, "Where your book?" I borrowed yours. I do not read. Okay. There's nothing against the people who do like
Good.
literature and the people who do read, but it's just something I just don't read. I'm a skimmer. But it was something about the way that he speaks and different things like that that made me literally like, I'm 32 years old, and I was like, I'm about to buy a book, and I actually purchased his book. And I've been reading it and just reading up on different things, and it's about motivational speaking. So I've tapped into it, but I haven't tapped deeply into it to the point where I feel comfortable. Like, let me go out into a crowd, and speak and motivate. I'm good right here, and I know I do have an audience, but it's definitely more tapping into it and other people, you know what I'm saying, to keep everyone engaged. But it's something I might tap into.
Awesome. So, we had one other question. I think I just answered it for you, but it was asked if you do virtual sessions, which I
Yes.
think you said you do, which
Yeah.
is great. I know not everyone is in Michigan, but like Marcel said, that he sent me workout plans last year that I'm getting back on and doing this year. So it's easy things you can do at home, 20, 30 minutes, but you feel like $1,000,000. Well, actually, you feel extremely sore. However, I got like two little fat girl abs coming in. Like I'm making it work, okay? But anyways, Marcel, thank you so much for joining us today and for talking about your company, your personal training, dominating bodies. All of your information is displayed below so that everyone can see, and I'll run everything through at the end. But thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful evening.
I appreciate it, man. D, you be cool, bro. Britt, I'll see you. Talk to you soon. Y'all be good. Thanks
I'll
for
talk to
having
you
me.
soon. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Awesome. So our next guest is Isis. Let me go ahead and find her. Hi, Isis. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Let me get your information up. All right. Is everything right? Because Marcel had to correct me.
Yeah. Well,
Perfect.
no,
Oh,
Chapman is CHAT as in Tom, MAN.
okay, I got you. But DeAndre, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce our next guest while I
All right,
fix
this is
her last
my
name.
lovely cousin, Isis Chapman. She currently is the CEO and founder of her company, Ruth's Way Inc. It's a women's empowerment company, correct?
Hmm.
And nonprofit organization as well.
Hmm.
I'm not too keen on all the details of your company, though.
I'll
But
give
could you
you the
explain a little?
details. It's fine. It's just fine. So, Bruce Way, well, there's actually two organizations, but let's start with Bruce Way. So, we're an achievement consulting agency for girls. So, what we do is we help young ladies ages 10 to 17 to focus on achieving their most successful futures possible. How we do that is this. So, what's different from Bruce Way with us, when you compare us to other agencies that actually help young ladies, is we actually help our young ladies to identify and properly address barriers that would stop them from achieving successful futures. And then, when you think about other organizations, most people, when they ask, well, why did you start the organization? Most people's response is, well, because I saw a need. Well, you can see a need. You could turn on the news and see that our girls are in need, right?
Mhm,
But when I
absolutely.
was in corporate, what I saw is what was being done wrong. What was being done wrong is These agencies, they come in and they have this list of items, and they want to point out what these kids are doing wrong, and they want to tell them how to fix their lives and put temporary band-aids on situations. And what winds up happening is you see them coming back over and over again, and they're really not helping them. So I saw what was being done wrong. So what we do at Roostway specifically is we actually teach our girls and their parents how to walk through these processes. We call it our blueprint to achievement. We teach them how to identify, what, this is a problem. It's a problem now. It's going to be a problem in my future. And whatever it is that that young lady wants to achieve, because her picture of success is going to look different from what mine's and yours looks like, right? So whatever she sees as success in her future, she needs to be able to identify this is going to be a problem. But then, how do we properly address it? Because just as women, when we're young, we see our elders, we see our mothers and our grandmothers and our aunts. We see them going through life, and we know that they run into situations, they run into walls, but you never see them stop. They just keep it moving, take it on the shoulder. And we fall into these habits of teaching our girls that that makes a strong woman. It doesn't. When you don't properly address your issues and your barriers, you wind up having grown women who either have mental, spiritual, or physical disabilities, or all of the above. So we have to focus on teaching our children how to be healthy in these areas. And that's how you achieve it. You have to address the issues and address them properly. So, how do we do that? So, there's two things that we do primarily at Rooseway. We have what we call our fabulous forums, and with the fabulous forums, those are our group sessions that we're facilitating in schools all around Allegheny County. And then we also have our one-on-one consultations. They're called achievement consultations, right? And those are for the young ladies who need a higher level of services, 9 times out of 10, because they have behavioral health issues. And with those, the young ladies can be at either end of the spectrum, right? They could either be at the high end of the spectrum where we have probation officers referring them. They're getting into fights every day at school, or they could either be at the lower end of the spectrum where mom picks up the phone and maybe she's starting to get a little bit of attitude. Maybe the young lady is just starting to get to a point in puberty, where, as we say, she's starting to smell herself a little bit.
Mhm.
But at any point in time, if our young ladies are incurring any types of issues, we want to try to get in there and peel back the layers. No child is just quote unquote bad. There's no such thing as a bad
Absolutely.
child, you know. But just as parents, we're so close to the situation, and parents have jobs to do, right? We're parenting, we're making sure that our children have clothes, roof over their heads, food on the table, and we just don't have the time to sit down with them and try to peel back the layers to see what are the underlying issues. And that's what we do at Roostway. So what we figured, I've been doing this for 16 years, right? And what we found out is that we're not raising people's children for them. We have to actually teach our guardians the process of walking their own daughters through the blueprint to achievement so that they can achieve success, right? What I mentioned before, as far as identifying and then properly addressing the behavioral health issues and the barriers. So, what we found is that we're providing professional consultation services to the parents, and we're teaching them these processes. So, out of that, 2 years ago, we birthed our for profit, which is Roots Way Consulting for parents who want their daughters to succeed. And with that agency, that's the for profit, Rooseway Inc. is the nonprofit. So with the consulting services, we're actually teaching the guardians the same process that we're doing in the schools, the same process that we're doing with the one on ones, but we're teaching the guardians how to do it themselves so they can teach their own daughters how to be successful, right? And that's not just a tool that they can use right now, but this is a tool that they can use now and in their future as grown women. We all know adults who don't know how to address their own issues, right? So we want to teach our young ladies right now when they're young so that whatever, because we all run into walls and barriers, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So why don't we teach our children early on how to identify and properly address these things so we can all be
Mhm.
healthy. I'm trying to think. Oh, location. So we're located at 509 Long Road. That's in Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. But we during the pandemic, we actually had to uh, turn all of our programming virtual. So I made the decision that that's going to be an option moving forward. And specifically, God gave me the vision and He told me that we're supposed to grow to be all over the world. So, we're going to eventually have those services available so that we can reach young ladies and their parents all over the world. And then the other part of that, God gave me that part of the vision. This is God's vision, period, bottom line. I was in corporate for 25 plus years. I was a case manager in social services. But in addition to that, I also had my own personal journeys and testimonies. And you all can go on the website and you can read my whole testimony because we'll be here for 3 days if I tell you that. But um, when I was at one of the very low points of one of my major testimonies, I've always had a relationship with God, you know. And I remember speaking to Him and saying, I just really don't understand why you would have these things happen to me. Like, I'm pretty much a good person. I've done things here and there, but for the most part, I'm a good person. So that was the first time that I actually heard God's voice. He had been speaking the whole time, but this is the first time that I actually heard His voice. And clearly, He said, I walked you through all of those things so that you can help other young ladies to successfully come onto the other side of their testimonies as well. So it was those two things. So Ruth's Way is completely God's vision. He's just using me as a tool.
That's beautiful. I love how your mission and your message kind of coincides with why we started our podcast, right? So
Yeah.
we started our podcast to talk about these issues, to get this knowledge out there, to stop normalizing, not talking about our feelings, and to break those generational curses. So I love how that matches up so perfectly. Um,
Thank you.
Yes, and I also love that you're branching out virtually. I think that was going to be one of my questions as you were talking. I was like, well, at least for the parents, is that something that they could seek out, even though you're in Pennsylvania? And we're located in Maryland. I'm from Michigan, so we have such a variety of people who tune in just from being related or friends with us. So I'm
Absolutely.
glad that you're branching out and growing your business. Let's see. But yes, thank you so much for joining us and for talking about Rusway. I think that it is a beautiful organization, and I actually know a few people who could probably benefit from speaking with you as far as their children and the issues that young ladies face every day, and the parents, the stress that we're under,
Yeah.
trying to have, and you want to have that because we recognize in this generation, and we recognize that we weren't raised necessarily correctly, but we don't know how to change it either. So
We're
you
Well,
find
keeping our
yourself.
heads above the water.
it's a process.
I have three
It
children,
is.
so
We're not intentional in teaching our children. Like, we got to start now. We have to. So,
Mhm.
the information at the bottom is correct. Ruthway.org. And then also for our consulting services, it's ruthwayconsulting.com.
perfect.
So
I'll
just
add that on there, and at the end, I'll have everything run through so that everyone can see everything.
okay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for
Love you,
joining.
cousin.
Okay, love you too, guys.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. So our next person is M. Hey, first of all, I am so proud of my computer. Let's start with that. Shout out to my computer because this has been running smoothly. Like,
Usually she has some type of issue.
M, you're on mute, baby.
Listen, I do this at work. I'm doing it here, having a whole conversation on mute all the time.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Um, Today is all about you. Welcome to Career Day. I don't. Do you watch Abbott Elementary?
I don't. And you're like the 15th person to tell me
You
about
have to watch that
it. And
show.
I'm like, I have too many shows and I'm just trying to get my shows together. And I'm like, now I got to add another one.
It's worth it
It's,
though.
It is.
And it's not even like super long. It's just, I think maybe
yeah.
45 minutes of your day. You got this.
Okay. All right. I'll
But
add.
that's what it feels like. It feels like career day at school.
It feels familiar as soon as you watch it.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. I'll get there. Cause even my friend was telling me about it and she loves it. So she's like, no, you really have to watch it. So.
Awesome, but welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your company, what you do. Let me get your information up there.
Okay.
Please read it over because I've been messing up, girl.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the underscore for IG. I don't know if I missed that one.
It's there.
Okay. As long as
Okay.
Yeah.
It's there. Yeah. Okay.
I can see it. Yeah. So my name is Emily. I go by M. A lot of people just can't get Emily together. So M is just like the cute short way for everyone to remember me. But I am the founder and the owner. And also I'm a social media strategist. And this will also tie into when I explain that a little bit more. But for ECAS Consulting. So I'm located in Upper Marlboro, but I consider myself remote. Yeah, in Maryland, sorry, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. But I consider myself remote because I pretty much have worked with people right in my own backyard to a whole other continent, like in Tanzania, So I kind of stretch my business however I see fit, as long as we're able to connect. We're in a virtual world now, thanks to this pandemic, which is kind of like a gift and a curse at the same time, but that's for another day. But how I got started. So pretty much a former manager of mine came to me with an idea of just how to like strategize her business, how to like what she needed to do for her content and just what to promote on her business, mainly supporting small business for women. And pretty much she saw potential in me that I didn't really see in myself. And then I was like, all right, during this pandemic, I'm just going to go ahead and birth this new business of mine that, we're just going to work on here. So pretty much that's kind of how that started. But I was working in like social media for so I guess like 2019-ish. And then finally decided in 2020 to, make it my LLC.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
No, go for it.
I was going to say EKS Consulting, those are my initials to my name. So it's nothing crazy. But I came up with a little meaning. So the E stands for empower, the K stands for knowledge, and then it's through service. So I'm always empowering women. I'm always no shade to the men, but my women, I am a Black woman. So I always have to, pretty much support my Black women first, and then I can go, to
gotta prioritize your main market. I got you.
I'm always providing knowledge to people and just kind of, I call it like tips and tricks, and then like, of course, everything I provide is services. So we're essentially a consulting agency supporting women in business. And I also work small businesses and nonprofits that pretty much want to build their brand presence, strategize, and just kind of build through social media marketing. And mainly the goal is to build your presence, reclaim your time so you're focusing on other aspects of your business while I'm the one working on your social media marketing, while you're packaging, doing whatever it is that is really important to you. But everyone always forgets the social media aspect, and that's where I come in. So so that's pretty much that part. So I don't know if you have any questions now before I kind of get into like what I
we did have like an audience question, which was, she asked how much you charge, but do you help gamers? Have you ever worked with a gamer in their social media presence?
I've never worked with a gamer before. No. I have not. I don't even know where I would even start with that. But my thing is I'm always learning. So it's almost one of those things where I'm like, okay, it depends on what their goal is, then I kind of would have and this is also what I talk about too. So I have a 30-minute consultation that I have with you. So if you want to just, schedule a consultation, we can talk about that and just kind of figure out like how my services would be helpful to you. So essentially I'm just qualifying myself as well as with your business to see if we would be a good match. And sometimes if I don't have the answers, I'll try to either find it or I'm just like, it's probably not a good fit. yeah, because I like to work on things that I'm like 100% like I have control and I understand. But I'm always willing to learn or pass you to someone else that I know could better fit you.
Awesome. All right, girl, go ahead and go into your spiel. Your
Yeah,
elevator speech.
so I'm really just going to go through my services. It is pretty straightforward. So my services range between I probably between 500 to 2,500. And I do contracts for 3 months or 6 months. So it just
Mhm.
depends on, how your contract falls. So usually for the most part, I do a lot of 3 month contracts. And then after the 3 months, they'll usually renew, or so just kind of depending on what we want to do for your business. But I have three packages: fearless, bold, and creative.
I love
I
that.
go with email. Yeah, because empowering.
Exactly.
I work with email marketing, SMS marketing, and SMS is really like the game changer. I mean, I think everybody is pretty familiar with just like text marketing, like just in general. Like most people,
Mhm.
95% of the time, somebody has their phone in their hand before they're looking at their email. So it's so much
Right.
easier to get through to your audience that via text than it is email. But do not sleep on emails too, because if Instagram goes, shuts down like it did
Down
over
again,
the
girl.
summer, right? We still need to build our email list. So I always talk about things like that to build your email list, get people on board with that just in general. So then you still have a way to connect with people regardless. And then I do Instagram marketing. So I mainly work with Instagram, but then it depends on what was your other social media platform that I work with too. So I also work with Facebook and TikTok.
Okay.
YouTube, I don't really get into YouTube as yet, just because YouTube is just like it's a whole different ball game over there.
Yeah,
So I really
constantly
just stick.
changing too.
Sorry.
I was just saying it's constantly changing too.
Right. And so same thing with Instagram too. Like every day it's a new thing with Instagram. I'm like, okay, what is this new feature now? Now you got to like test this feature out to make sure you know how to use it so you could teach it to other people. But no, it's very time consuming, but it's super fun. I actually really do enjoy it, as strange as that sounds, because a lot of people really just can't stand social media and just like that I guess like the negative connotation behind social media. But I feel like if you use social media to your advantage, especially if you're in business, it really just works in your favor, to be honest. I mean,
Absolutely.
billions of people, trillions of people, like it is ever growing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You're
Um,
literally sitting on a gold mine, and a lot of people are afraid to tap into it.
right. No, and it's a market. Like it's literally there's a piece of the pie for everyone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that's how I look at it. Um, but yeah, so I do Instagram marketing, building your social media. I create I pretty much do video content and reels. And I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar that Instagram changed from being a picture sharing platform to a video and entertainment platform now.
Mhm.
So that's why these reels came about. And reels, that's really the game changer and the hitter for Instagram is just all the
Yeah,
reels. So I kind of go through with different reels to make your page aesthetically pleasing, just things that are providing the content that you need for your business, but it's in a fun way for you to kind of still work with the trending music and the topics and then still be like relevant to your business. Um, and then I also run Facebook and Instagram ads for you. So in my third package, it includes all three. So email marketing, Instagram marketing, and running Facebook, Instagram ads. So usually, and if you just want to have just like running your ads, that's also like an additional cost. So that usually is 150 an hour, or for the 3 months, it's 1,500. And yeah, that could be something separate if you're not interested in the services.
Awesome. I hope all of these business owners are listening because this sounds like everyone can benefit from M.
Yeah, and it's funny because like as we're talking, I know with the Ruth's Way that came up because I love nonprofits, and I think it's just like one of the things that I made sure to include in my business because that's why I like to work with nonprofits too, because I have like a soft spot for community service and just giving back. So that's why I try to like, find a way to like, okay, this is what I like to do. So how can I help these nonprofits, benefit
Right.
from this too? So that's like one of my little niche that I like to, hone in on a little bit more. So um,
That's awesome to be able to use your talents and like you said, someone saw something in you that you didn't even see. But
yeah,
to be able to hone in on that and be able to go into the world and be great. To
Ah.
do great things as an awesome female business owner. Beautiful Black woman business owner. So I appreciate you for coming on and for sharing your
Yes.
services. Deandra, did you have any questions?
Every question I thought of, she answered within
I
her
know,
20.
right? Everyone's been so thorough. I've just been over here like,
I do have one more thing. I
Go
do
for it.
sell shirts too. Um,
Okay.
I don't even. I don't even. Can I even like share the page really quick?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay. Let me see how the heck I do this.
You should be able to
Right
like
here.
screen share at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay. Share screen.
We're gonna mess around and become brand ambassadors on our own podcast.
Right. Hey, I mean, you know, by hook or crook, monetization is a thing, okay?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Let me just try to share this whole screen because me trying to. Hold on.
I know every time I screen share, I'm like, I guess I'll just
I'm just
click on
gonna do
everything.
this and then. Okay. So can we all see?
Hold on, I don't. Okay, I have to add it.
Oh,
That's my
sorry.
fault. There we go.
Okay.
That's cute.
So I
I like that.
Yeah, I have affirmation tees. The tee that I'm wearing is a slim fit, so that's not how the tees fit. They it's unisex for male and female. So pretty much I have empower, so my name M, you know, and then I have pretty much everything that says empower, and then I have empathy and embrace.
That's
They're all
so cute.
$30. Yeah, they're all $30. Really good quality. Like I feel like everyone that has purchased they love them. And I don't know, it's like tooting my own horn here, but really, but like it's machine
Toot,
washable,
toot,
really
girl.
good. Like everything stays on. So I have a couple of my little customers over. Oh, sorry, I hate saying little. Have some of my customers here that
Those
supported
big
me.
customers, girl.
Right, my big customers. Thank you. Just pretty much talking about like the quality of the material, how comfortable it is, and just like how it fits. So, yeah, I just kind of came up with that, you know. Embrace, empower, empathy, and just kind of like having a positive affirmation. So yeah.
That's so cute. I'm gonna have to get one. Is it just in those colors, the blue, gray? I mean, don't
Oh,
get me wrong. Don't get I'd wear any of them.
yeah. So
I'm
these are the
looking at
colors.
my screen like
Yeah, these are the colors I have right now. It's black, white, and then the blue. Yep.
cute.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Em, for coming on, for talking
Yes.
about not only your services, but your t-shirts. Those are absolutely adorable. So everyone,
Yeah.
check those out. If you want, go ahead and hop in the comments and drop the website for your t-shirts.
Yes.
When you get a second, go for it. But thank you so much for joining us today for Career Day and
Thanks.
for showcasing all of your awesome talents in your business.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Have a great evening,
You
love.
too.
Have a good
Bye.
one, then.
All right. So our next person is Rich. Okay. And Rich showed up early. He is ready. Let's get him on. Hello, Rich. How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
Doing pretty good.
That's great. That's great. So, my name is Richard McClellan. I'm a 10-year Marine Corps veteran. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2019. Came back home to Houston, Texas, and actually it wasn't even me that decided to start my business. It was my wife. She looked me in the face. She's like, "Hey, all you do is play video games. How do we turn that into a business?" And so that's when I was like, "Oh, well, let's figure this out." And so she went online. She was like, "Oh, hey, look, you know, we see people that have mobile video games. Not very many in Houston." So I'm like, let's think about this thing. So I looked it up, and then before you know it, boom, Extreme Game Truck Houston comes up. It's just it's a mobile video game trailer where we boxed everything together. We have all of the latest gaming systems, PS5s, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, and Nintendo Switch. We put them into an enclosed trailer, attached to the back of a truck, and we're pulling up to birthday parties. Which COVID actually helped us a lot. It helped us, boom, because a lot of people decided to stay home. No one was going out. So kids' birthday parties, they still want to play video games. They still want their friends over. So best way to do that is to call us. And they say, well, hey, can we get the game truck coming down? So we pull up, and now before you know it, instead of having 20 kids in your house, You got 20 kids on my trailer, all of them playing Fortnite or playing Roblox or Mortal Kombat. The adults like to play Madden or or 2K with each other, and we just create a blast. But it's not just birthdays. We do school events. We've done school events. We do fundraisers, public events, nonprofits. We do them all. We cater to children in a sense of ensuring that they're safe, giving them a nice environment to be able to play games and not necessarily have to go out and worry about them getting trampled at a trampoline park, or you spending $600, $700, $800 at Astroworld and they can't ride half of nothing. You can come
Right.
spend half that amount and they can do what they love to do most, which is just play games. So we started that, and what it allowed us to do was, with some smart investments and moving, I was able to buy another franchise, which allowed me to buy into All In Adventures, which is it's a family adventure themed, I don't want to say theme park, but showroom, where we have axe throwing, we have escape rooms, we have a game called Beat the Seat, where you're pretty much you're going against each other in quizzes and trivia, and then you have games like what's that with Steve Harvey?
Family Feud.
Family Feud. Like that, where families are together and they're quizzing each other. Everyone's drinking wine or some type of beer while playing games, and kids are having fun, going in through testing their knowledge and see if they can get out of an escape room. Which also led into us buying another business called Jelly Ball, which is kind of like our Nerf Guns 2.0. So as a whole,
oh my God, this sounds like Jamal's dream. Like, do I have to move to Houston? Like, is that everything in Houston?
Yeah. So as a whole, my goal for my family was to become a franchise king. You put your hand into a little bit of everything. So we're going to most likely end up buying a daiquiri shop. We're going to end up buying something that's Starbucks related, give people places to hang out, give kids areas to go after school, and deal with an anime house type of deal. To give those of us that like anime, things like that, a safe area to be able to come in, watch your favorite anime, play your favorite cards, play your favorite video game, without necessarily being judged by, your friends or whoever you think might judge you. So that's the ultimate goal for us. We've done pretty well so far, but we're going to keep going until I guess I take over the world.
Okay, well, that's scary, but I think it's absolutely, as someone who interacts with Rich, it's like not take over the world.
Yeah, that's
but I think that's awesome. I think everything you kind of dipped into are like the fun activities that, Jamal and I enjoy doing, that we love doing as a family. So I think that is absolutely awesome. Like I asked you, is everything that you're opening in the Houston area? Are you looking to branch out further?
So right now, everything is in the Houston area. We are looking to branch out into different cities in Texas. However, Extreme Game Truck, actually, we're going to try to take international. So we're going to start off in South Africa. I know some people that know people in South Africa, so we're looking at expanding the idea.
Sounds shady.
I think the name of it is Ghana. Yeah, in Ghana, South Africa, is where we're going to try to do some things there, and take some business ideas here and try to make it international. Now everyone gets to have fun. But the goal is to definitely expand nationwide and then internationally as well. Is the goal. But I just felt like this is something that the Black family is the foundation, and if we don't take care of that, then we crumble as a whole. So I feel like the wealth and the business side of it is something that we don't understand, that we should understand.
Absolutely.
A lot of us are financially illiterate, and people hate when I say that, but it's the truth. Giving you $200,000 is not good if you're just going to blow through $200,000 in a week. And you still don't own your house, or you don't own a car, and you still got to pay bills. Making $300,000 but spending $400,000 is not a good idea. Like, you're still broke. So it doesn't, the numbers doesn't matter. It's about keeping more than what you spend. And so eventually that's what I'm gonna probably open that up to, and start teaching, financial wealth, financial freedom to people and to our communities, so that way we can start reclaiming what's ours.
So that's like a motivational speech thing that you'd like to get into.
Um,
Motivational.
I guess I wouldn't necessarily call it motivational speaking.
We can throw you on the podcast.
I call it knowing. I call it teaching things that we should know. It's more
Absolutely.
of a teaching thing. I don't
Life
want to say
survival.
motivational speaker. I don't want to motivate you to do anything. I want to give you knowledge, and I want to help you do stuff. And then I'm a big accountability person. I hope that you go do what I'm telling you to do. And then if you don't, then hey,
You
can't
can
say
only
yes,
lead a horse to water.
but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
But yeah, so the goal is to definitely do that. And just spread stuff out there. I love podcasts like this. I spread the word to everybody. I send it out, tell everybody to come watch, so that we can make things like this. I think things like this need to be bigger, and it needs to be more of.
I agree, and baby, we are trying to make it bigger, okay? But no, in general, these conversations need to be had. They need to be had out loud in the loudest voices we can have them. Our voices need to be heard. Our families are important. Our children are important. Um, it Black lives matter. Like you can't say that enough. Black thoughts matter. Black businesses matter. And this is why we do this. We do this because our voices need to be heard. So I appreciate you for coming on and for talking in general about your businesses. I do have a question from the audience is if you have an Instagram.
Yeah, so my Instagram and Facebook is the same, Extreme Game Truck Houston, all one word. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on TikTok. I'm not good at doing any of those things, so the
So you
last
need
young lady that we just had, Miss Lynn, I'm gonna need her information so that way we can try to figure out how I can get more followers, because right now it's dry.
we got you. We got you. I'm gonna get you her information. Okay. Sorry, I just read Asia's comment. Continuing. I'm gonna get you her information. We'll get your social media popping. You honestly offer so many different exciting things that they sell themselves, right? Like, but in the comments, my friends are like, "All right, group trip to Houston." Like, so
Definitely, man. If you guys are
we'll
ever
be
in
there.
Houston, let me know. DeAndre knows. Just hit me up. Whenever you're in Houston,
Absolutely.
let me know. I like to take care of my own. So come on down.
I got you next time I'm around.
Right?
Definitely.
I'm gonna have to make a trip. I've never been. But thank you so much, Rich, for coming on this evening. Feel free to pop in the comments, keep watching, ask a few questions. Thank you for sharing all of this information with us, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, guys, too. Thank you for having me.
No
Absolutely.
problem. Have a good one, love.
All right, you too.
All right. So next up is Jessica. Hello. How are you?
Sorry, I had to unmute.
No, you're
My
fine.
situation is very weird. Hey,
Hey,
doing?
welcome.
Hello,
Thank you for
Jessica.
coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you remember, but Jessica was contestant 2
I do.
in
That
our
was me. That
but
was
she's
me.
back because, like I said, we're featuring our friends and all of the amazing bosses in our life. Jamal's hitting you with the hashtag contestant number 2.
I can't with him. I'm just gonna get it right. I got small hoops this time. Y'all see, they're little. Just for Jamal.
But welcome and thank you so much for hopping on with us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and Royal Diamond Athletics. Oh, let me get your information up. I'm
I was
trying to
about to say, I'm
multitask.
not
You're not Richard?
extreme game
What? What?
Not me. Yeah.
I think
So
everything's right. But...
there we go. You good now. You got me right. All right. So sorry I don't have a voice, you guys. I sound real gross. But so I am co-owner of Royal Diamond Athletics. It is essentially a athletics gym for kids, boys and girls, ages from 3 to 18. We offer a bunch of different classes, and so we start off with cheerleading, dance. We have Ninja Warrior classes, gymnastics for both little boys and little girls, and then traveling performance team. Um, let's see. We're year round. So you can set up a class Monday through Saturday. We also open up our gym for events. So, like Brittany on Saturday, is at her lovely dance party. That's
That's
one
what
of
I
the
was
events
saying.
that we host at the gym. We do birthday parties for little kids, birthday parties for adults. We held the a Super Bowl party for Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to do a mommy and me dance class for Mother's Day, and we're brainstorming some ideas of something to do for Father's Day. We also have my secondary business at the gym as well, which is my hair salon, which is called Royal Crown. So we have multiple hats around this good gym.
But that's awesome. I have a question for you. Well, first of all, you are located in Maryland for everyone
Yes,
who
that is
doesn't
correct.
know that. As far as anyone located outside of the state, oh, Jamal suggested a daddy daughter dance. Sorry
Yes, that
about
was
that.
one of the ideas we were thinking of, a daddy daughter dance. It's a nice little event we might have set up for them.
I
Or like,
remember those like when I was in elementary school. That was everything.
exactly.
That was everything to be able to get dressed up and feel
And have
fancy.
your daddy dance you around in front of everybody so you can show off your
Exactly.
daddy. Like, look at him. This is mine right here. So we'll have them get dressed up really nice, have their dad showcase them. We make a big deal for the kids. Like, we love all of that. As far as for people who do not live here, we do, especially because of COVID, we actually hold virtual practices. So kids at home, we had a couple of kids from Florida who attend our virtual practices. So they got to learn to dance. It's their class. And so they're technically not on a team, but they get to learn to dance with their friends. They can invite who they want. You do a little run through to see how well you can move, and then you get set up with our different coaches. We have about 6 coaches now, one junior coach. So our junior coach name is Raven. Raven actually started out as being one of our regular competitive cheerleaders. Now she has moved up to our junior coach. So she coaches the little girls. We call them rubies. And she also does our tumbling classes for the gymnastics team. So we do a bunch of things in the community. Recently, we did the autism walk out in Kensington. We take all ideas. So a lot of the girls use us for their community service stuff. We used to feed the homeless. Of course, because of COVID, we kind of scaled back on some of that. But we're always looking for different opportunities to get the girls out in the community doing things, helping out, and giving them something to do. We do a bunch of different fundraisers for our girls. Again, so next year will be actually our 15th year doing it. We used
Oh
to sell Krispy
wow.
Kreme donuts. We do double goods, which for those of you that don't know, it's popcorn. We do just different fundraisers for the kids to let people know what they're doing, have people support them in different ways. Try to push them to groom them to be better than to put their best foot forward, their best piece of confidence. So that's how Royal Diamond Athletics goes.
Okay. Asia said the best buddies walk. You can sponsor someone. I'm not
Oh,
sure
okay, yeah,
exactly
send
what
that to me.
they walk for. I honestly don't know, but
I will definitely look into that.
awesome. So for anybody who has a child, period, but in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, you guys definitely need to look them up. The gym's located in Forestville, which for now is literally like 5 minutes away from my house. Super convenient. Izzy was a cheerleader. Um, Due to life, she couldn't continue being a cheerleader, but
I was just
it
gonna
was
say,
with
have you seen the website? Look at the homepage. Guess who's on it?
Izzy's on it.
Yes,
I should probably bring it up.
Izzy is
um,
on it.
but yeah, but the gym was like 45 minutes away at the time, and it was so annoying. So to have it 5 minutes away, I look at her every time like, you need to be back in cheer. Why aren't you doing this? But there's many reasons why. One is that she has her father's rhythm, but that's neither here nor there. Uh,
Don't front her like that. We take them rhythmless and we give them something to work with. Okay, a lot of our girls are very inexperienced, and it's okay. We take them. we break it down for them. Like, we take you in all sizes. We don't care what type of skills you actually have, because most people come to us with nothing, and we produce, not to say miracles because I joke like that, but we produce something amazing. Like, a lot of these girls end up meeting friends that they have for quite a bit of time. And Im said miracles indeed. No, yeah. Im knows. We actually started because I started cheering when I was 8 years old, and I'd been cheering from like 8 to 16, and I was on an all-star team. And just the all-star team was kind of, it wasn't the best fit for us, I'll say. And so my mother kind of approached them and was like, I just don't like your interaction with the kids. And the owner said, well, it's not my job to get to know them. My mother was like, kind of feel like it is. So we decided to start our own, and I've been coaching with her since we've had it. And we call it a family because essentially we like to get to know everybody that's there. As a family, you have your ups and downs, but we're trying to get you to just be the best you can be. So we offer ourselves. The team calls me their therapist because the older girls love telling me their business, and when they come and get their hair done for me as well, that gives them that bit of confidence that they may not have had before. Some of the boys just get to exert out all their energy. Like our Ninja Warrior class is a moment for them to be able to bounce off the walls. And, you come bring your child. By the time you come pick him up, he's going to be ready to go to sleep. So that way, he got some of that energy above him.
And it's a drop-off situation, so go about your day.
Yep, it
That's
is.
always convenient. With COVID, they're like, no, parents can't leave. Like,
yep,
I don't want to be here.
We want you to go. Because, so the thing is, kids tend to act differently when their parents are there. So, like, if your baby bouncing off the wall, they might have, maybe they ran into somebody else, they bumped heads, they got up, looked at each other, kept going. But if their parent is there, they're going to cry. They're going to fall on the floor. Oh, my God, I'm broken. So overdramatic. Or it's the complete opposite. They get super shy when their parents are there. So then they don't want to do anything because they feel like their parents are watching. As soon as their parent walks out the door, they didn't make like 5 new friends. Like they ready to play, have fun. It's just a great environment for kids. And like I said, because we take them so long, it's so young, it's a chance for them to grow within the program. And yes, we do have summer camp.
And what age groups do you work with in the summer camps?
Same, 3 to 18.
Okay. So it covers
we keep
everybody.
It like that because so what we'll do is for some of the 18-year-olds, of course, they need community service, so we'll use them as that, or they can get a paid position as the summer camp. They also can start their summer training if they're on a competitive or a performance team. They can start their summer training early too. So we got stuff for the kids. Bring them on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jess, for joining us and for talking about Royal Diamond Athletics. Also, my hair last week, if you saw it, it was a nice silk press. Not anymore because I took a shower. But yeah. So yeah, Jessica can get you right if you're in the area.
I will promote myself right now.
Touch my hair.
I'm a little rough, but I did these two. Self promotion. If I can't do it on myself, I can't be a walking billboard for myself. What can I do?
Big facts. Big facts.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said before, all the information I'll run through at the end, so everything will be there. But yeah, if you have kids, make sure you get Jessica's information, virtual classes, in-person classes, summer camps, all of that. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good one, Jess.
Bye.
All right. So our next person on this evening is Monica. Let me scroll through here. Here she is. Hello. How are you?
Hi, good.
First of all, are we talking with our left hand today?
Oh, yeah.
She just got engaged, y'all.
Hold on, you can't. Hold on.
It's a little blur. I mean, I can see it.
You get it.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. Nice to meet you, DeAndre.
Nice to meet you too, Monica.
Yes.
This is my friend Monica.
Hello, everybody.
She is a photographer, and I'll let her get into it. But she's done so much for us as a family, as a business, because Jamal and I also run our own business. She's done a lot of our promo photos. She did Ryan's first birthday pictures, which, as cute as they came out, it was like it was crazy getting there. Like we were playing Baby Shark on
It
repeat. There
was
was
definitely a
accidents.
day, but we got it done. We
We
got it
got it
done.
together. So I'm so glad you're able to join us and to talk about your business, Goddess Focused Photography. So go for it, girl.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. Okay, so God is Focused Photography. I'm the CEO and I would say owner and operator. Sorry, owner and operator of God is Focused Photography. I originally started the business, I want to say in 2019, maybe 2020. I don't remember exact date. I know it was kind of starting to boom once the pandemic hit. But I originally purchased my first camera in 2018, but I feel like I always had an eye for it. I was just scared to do it. Scared that I wouldn't be good enough, scared I didn't know how to start things. So I literally took a leap of faith, bought a camera, started taking photography classes, and then hit the ground running from there. So it is a registered business with the state of Maryland. We do operate in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. But eventually we're trying to start doing travel photography as well. Um, what else can I say?
Well, of all the different photos you've taken, what type of photos do you like the most?
Um, to be honest, I think nature is my favorite. I've done birthday shoots, I've done branding shoots, I've done portraits, all of that. But I think the funnest one might be nature's, only because the first thing I see, if it's the sky looks good or I catch the sunset or a flower, whatever, instantly I have to grab my camera. It's like I can't miss this opportunity. So even if I don't have my camera on me, I use my phone. But for little pointers, I don't carry the camera because it's not safe to, carry it around.
Right, girl, you spent your
The
money.
pandemic, COVID, and everything. So I try to keep it in my purse, but if not, I'm the first one to bring out my phone. So yeah, I definitely have an eye for it and I love it. So right now we're actually in the rebranding process. Trying to get a new logo going, trying to get our site up and running and everything. And then once we get all that, then we'll relaunch everything. But as of right now, you can view everything either on IG or on Facebook. And I also take emails if you want to inquire about a shoot or, ideas that you have for the future.
Perfect. I think I already talked to you about it, and but I definitely want to hook up with you soon for a shoot.
Yes. Yes, because
For
your
Or
brother
sure.
asked me to me,
to
I
keep you in
definitely want to
mind.
start branching out, doing little projects. I have some ideas I'm jotting down, but I kind of want to do personal projects just to kind of give people a sense of what I see.
Right.
Because my tagline is take a look through my eyes and see what I see. So the different personal projects will help you kind of see how I view things and how it may differ from how you see it or from how another photographer may see it.
Awesome. Do you have any future plans for how do you see your business growing? Do you
I
want
would
to own a
say
studio?
yes. So when I first started, my goal was to, try to make it a full-time thing and to quit my 9 to 5 and to just go full-blown photographer. But I'm also a mom of three. So that
Me
wasn't
too,
doable
girl.
as of right now. And I think I took a jump too fast. So that's why I'm kind of taking back and trying to do, courses to study more photography, learn different ways to take pictures, and just try to really find what that thing is that'll make me really pop. Because I feel like some for anybody, can take a picture, anybody can buy a camera, pick it up, charge you, whatever. But it takes a special person to really, tell a story through their photos, and that's my goal. So that's why I want to do the rebranding. I want to do everything so that I can eventually make this a full-time thing. So that the coins will allow me not to do the 9 to 5. I still want to have like a
Preach.
little side hustle somewhere, but my personality type, I can't work under anyone. I don't like having a boss. I don't like answering to anybody. I like doing my own thing. So the goal is to, eventually do what's needed to be done to, get a studio and everything so we can make it a full-time thing. But even without the studio, I still do offer services for clients who want to do pictures in their home, or if they have a location in mind, or even if it's, we brainstorm together to try to pick a place based off of their idea of what they want their photo shoot to look like. So whether it's a theme or whatever, that will be a part 2 of the consultation process, just to kind of give me an idea of how far I can go and what I can do based off of what they're trying to accomplish with it. So yeah, I definitely tell people all the time, it's not just about me picking up a camera and taking a picture, but it's about telling a story. I need you to look at it and say, wow, I can see much more than just, for instance, with Ryan, I can see more than him just posing on a blue chair on a board. It's more to it. Those pictures, even the pictures we took with the cake and you and Jamal, I love candid photos. So, it told a story. It shows, he's happy and, it's his birthday, everything, ties into it. So the goal is to always just tell a story.
Awesome. I had a question and I have no clue where it went. Like, it literally like popped in and out of my head at the same
I
time.
think is it the can I be your assistant? I'm not sure.
Oh, no, I had my own personal question,
Oh.
but no, Asia did ask to be your assistant.
I definitely too. I'm glad she kind of put that in there, because the goal too eventually is to, when I do get out there more, to get an assistant, whether it be somebody who's not quite where I am and trying to get there, and I can use their help to kind of on my shoots, or somebody who is in high school who is looking to do photography as an assistant. But I'm not going to do that right now, because I don't want it to be like a volunteer thing. I want to be able to pay them so that I know I can rely on them, not only to, pick up where I may lack, but, to also show up to stuff. Because, some people can be hit or miss. If they feel like it's free, they're not going to come. So.
Right. Em also said that she needs to reach out to do a brand photo shoot herself.
Yes,
so look
because
out
I'm
for
looking to
that.
definitely do more branding and to collab with, different people, kind of branch out a little more. Because for the most part, most of my photo shoots come from either you and Jamal, of course. I do a lot of things with your business, but for the most part, it's just personal things like birthday shoots and stuff like that. But I really want to dig into product photography more, and just branding and branching with other, business owners to, make things work. But then also too, I just wanted to make a pointer that the goal when I first started was to provide affordable photography services. Because I know we have a lot of photographers in the area, a lot. And a lot are pricey. So the goal is to basically get that clientele where I can still do affordable packages where it's not breaking your pocket. Because as a mom of 3, I understand you don't want to pay $600-700 for a photo shoot.
Right, but you want the memories.
Right, you want the
and you're
memories.
not trying to be at Sears.
Yeah. Right. I don't like the pose pictures. It's kind of like, do your thing and let me just go. Right. I'm big on candid photos because, like I said, that tells a story rather than, the light touch pictures where you're like this. I don't want that. So that's my normal photo shoots. I'm like, let's play some music. Let's get you in a mood. Do your thing and just let me go.
Speaking of originality, Asia, who's commenting, she had a photo shoot with Monica. And Monica, I mean, you can say it, but like I remember I was talking to her and she's like, look, she had no idea. She came in with, I don't know if you watch wrestling, but she came in with a fiend mask, like the whole fiend outfit. They were in the park in the middle of the day with a bunch of little kids, and it was like, figure it out. And it came out awesome.
And we made it work. I was like, based off her personality, I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we capture this, capture that, and then the rest is freestyle. Just go for it. So we even included her boyfriend in it and everything. It definitely turned out dope. Until this day, I still get asked about the mask. Because the mask, everyone's like, oh, that's so cool. Look how she's sitting up and she's chilling. Like, I like that. So, that's the thing. Like, just vibe with it. Do your own thing. I don't want it to be structured. Just have fun with it. So.
Yeah, when we get a bit bigger, we're definitely going to keep you in mind.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
She's my first go-to for photographers. Everybody, yes, they're like, yes, I do, girl. Let me tell you.
I am ready because I haven't done a shoot like that before. So it's going to be real sexy and I cannot wait.
I'm excited. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, love, for coming on. Thank you for talking about your business with us, sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, so y'all go follow Goddess Focus Photography and like the page on Facebook. And yes, flood.
Do all that.
Flood with likes and comments. Flood.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Monica, for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
All right. So next up is Lamar. I'm gonna go ahead and pop him on. Hello, hello. How are you,
Good
sir?
evening. Good evening. How you been?
Not much. How have you been? I've
Pretty good.
been
Doing good. Can't
good.
complain. Can't complain. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for agreeing to join. To be honest with you, you were the first man, second
I
man,
appreciate.
because I reached out to Marcel first because he's my actual like personal trainer. Um, but you were the second man because I was like, I was reaching out to all of, the women I know who are business owners, which is beautiful. And I was like, I need to switch it up. Like, who else do I know? I'm not even gonna hold you. Jamal was like, I know someone. And I was like, who? So thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us. It's super dope for you to be here. I'm gonna go ahead and let you just have the floor. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your business, what you do.
All right. Well, I appreciate it once again. My name is Lamar Lynn. I am the owner and designer of Crew. It's a fashion brand. Crew stands for Creating Raw Educated Wealth. Started back in 2013. Really, is when I first did the logo, and I kind of put it away for a little while. Got wrapped up in work. I do have a 9 to 5 where I work with kids too. I'm a youth development specialist as well. So when I'm not doing that, I'm drawing and trying to get the brand together. About 2020, and of course the pandemic hit, and I really started to dive really deep into the brand, just learning, different. I had to actually learn a digital graphic drawing program. Didn't take a class, just sat and played with it for a while until I got it perfected, and then created my site, and then started looking into exactly what people are looking for. I know for myself, like I've always loved graphic tees, and I've always loved shirts with funny sayings or thought-provoking things. So why not create my own? I mean, there's sometimes when you're out there when you're looking for stuff, you really can't even find the shirt you really want that'll say
Facts.
something that's in your head. So you're like, dang, now where I'm gonna get this from? You just searching online everywhere. So I'm like, why don't I just create my own, make my own revenue? I mean, for me, I was like, eventually, I don't work for nobody. I mean, I love what I do. I love working with the kids. Don't get me wrong, but for me, I just want my own, and not just for me, for my family, and also for my friends. I mean, you met the crew, so I mean, they're part of why. I mean, it was created too. We do humors. We also do thought provoking. Um, we do logos. If people need logos, I'll do that for you too as well. I mean, I'll do that personally. You just let me know, and I can draw up some logos for you. We have an upcoming fashion show in August. We actually got invited. So they were picking 3 local designers, and this is in Hampton, Virginia, by the way, if I didn't mention. Um, they
Honestly,
picked
what
2
like when? Because we'll be there.
It is. It's actually going to be like a whole weekend type deal. It's 3 days. So I'll be there all 3 days with the table set up actually to sell the brand. And then on one of the days, I'll make sure they haven't let us know what day they'll allow crew to do their fashion portion. I have a 30-minute slot, so that's a long time to fill for a fashion show. But we get
Walk
done.
slow.
Um,
I
yeah,
was joking.
so it's the 16th, 17th, 18th. When they give me those dates, as far as when I'll be there all weekend, of course, to promote, and it's for networking as well. So, um, but I'll show you when the fashion show they give me the date and time for that one. I'll make sure that that gets to you as well. Um,
Yeah, do that.
yeah, but I mean, I think for me, as far as like my brand, it was all about creativity. I'm a big believer in creativity and how it can really change and shape different things. Um, and a lot of people, a lot of times, say they're not creative, and everybody's creative in their own different ways. And when I looked at the brand, I thought about it. I'm just like, look, I have a group of friends that is hilarious. You're crazy. I mean, you met them before anyway. So I mean, like, we're all
I
different.
know. So
We're all
just
different, and we
to
all got
so
different
that
ways.
DeAndre knows, Rod has been on before, so he's met Rod, and that's basically how I met Lamar, was hanging out with Rod, Lanita, and their friends. So just so that you understand. I mean, actually, Rod came on as a therapist, so he was very contained. It wasn't the Rod
Kept
that,
it all
like
together.
Jamal said, his voice makes my liver hurt.
Afterwards, I got to meet the other half of Rod. So
Right. But yes, I've met the crew.
They are a
So
big inspiration to it, though.
that's awesome. I was gonna
What's up?
ask you, what has been your biggest challenge since you started your business?
Biggest challenge, honestly, is just to understand like the business aspect of everything, trying to get everything together, learning programs. Like I said, I had no background in like digital drawing or none of that. I had to sit there and play with the program for at least a month until I got everything how I wanted it. And even trying to not get down or think about every business is going to have their downtime. Not everybody's going to sell 24/7, or not everybody's going to be out there, booming right off the bat. Some do and some don't. So just trying to stay inspired from other people, like other like own businesses or other artists out there, just looking and trying to get inspired. Sometimes I just sit around and talk to different people about, hey, what do you think about this, or what do you think about this right here or that. Right while we were sitting there listening to the podcast and talking, I was designing right there. So y'all get the sneak
Nice.
peek of the new design that comes out.
I like that.
I definitely like that.
We haven't dropped it yet, but that'll be out soon. So like I said, when I got downtime for the most part, I'm trying to do the brand, but really trying to stay focused on it and not just put it down and walk away, or not getting too frustrated about learning new different things. I had to build a website from scratch on my own. I pretty much did it all. So I mean, it gave me a sense of success and as far as like completion for me, because I'm like, look, I did this on my own. I didn't give up on it, and it did well.
Right.
Like when I first came out with and dropped the website, we did pretty good for a month. I mean, we had a slow period, but we still working. There's new stuff out there now. You can definitely head to the cruiseshop.net. That is our
I'll throw
website.
that in there. Give me a second. I
Yeah.
got you. Monica had asked, is that Photoshop? So I'm guessing she's asking um, the program you use.
No, it's actually GIMP. I use GIMP. I tried to use Photoshop, still trying to figure that one out, but I use GIMP. It's a little bit easier for me now.
Okay. You said was the crew.net
Thecruiseshop.net.
shop. I'm gonna throw it on right now. I got you.
My man Rod said he wore the brand when he was on.
He did, and he actually mentioned it. Do you remember that, DeAndre? When he
No,
was
I
like,
don't.
this shirt was designed by one of my friends.
Nah,
Appreciate
I
that, Rod.
was battling a headache at that moment.
Oh, and then Monica had a follow-up question, if you design websites for others as a side hustle.
I can. I mean, if you need that website, I
Monica
got
was
you.
the photographer that was just on, so we'll link y'all up.
Yeah, if you need that website, I got you. No problems. Um, any other questions or anything like that?
DeAndre, do you have any questions for Lamar? I'm trying to keep up with. Okay, hold
Nah,
on.
I'm just surfing through your gear, looking for stuff to buy.
Yeah, man. I try to keep as much up there as possible. I know a lot of times people I don't want to overload people with products because a lot of people just throw everything at you. So I
Yeah,
try to I try to do it in waves and then take some stuff down. Like we just had to take the summer stuff down because of course it ain't summer no more. Ain't nobody out there in shorts.
I mean, I'm looking like to fill up my wardrobe with like more black owned creativity and brands. So I'm happy to see a lot of y'all come on here and showcase that.
Absolutely. And what I love about Lamar is that you can sit down and have a conversation with him and he'll be like, that quote was dope as shit. Like, I'm gonna put it on a shirt. And it's like, okay, that's cool.
Gotta
Like,
ask first, like, so do you mind if I use that? Like, just want to make sure.
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I love definitely just chatting it up with people and taking different mindsets or quotes that people have and just expressing it to other people. Because I mean, I feel like if it's dope for me, somebody else has to hear it or see it.
Yeah. So it looks like a few of the other business owners are chatting about hopping on and purchasing. So expect your PayPal, your bank account to be popping.
I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna have to get up with them with the social media presence stuff. So I need help with that.
Yeah. I mean, and that was the purpose, was to not only expose you guys to our audience and, eventually the world. We do, after we get off, I do upload everything onto Spotify and we'll upload it onto other platforms at that point. But it's not only just our audience that we're opening up to you, but we want to introduce you guys to each other. Like, these services are everything. Like, I mean, Jamal and I are big on trying to build like a black Wall Street within our friends. We want everyone to know each other and be able to network within each other to be able to get what we need. We can all help each other out. So that was the purpose of all of this is exposure and networking. So we'll make sure that Monica gets your information, you get M's information, and we keep this web spinning.
Definitely. I'm trying to be like y'all. Hopefully, we'll get a podcast going eventually. But and y'all can be our guest up there.
Hey,
Hey,
let me
I'm with
know.
it.
Because let me tell you, in
Definitely.
November when this started, I was a mess, but I'm prepared now. But thank you so much, Lamar, for joining us this evening, for chatting about your brand. We will, like I said, throw everything on there. I added your website to the
Well, thank
information
y'all for
below.
having me once again. And before I go, we also have more than just men clothes. There's female clothes up there too. We got the crop tops and everything popping for y'all too. So,
Hey,
and then
and
we
see,
got
if you need to hit Marcel from the beginning with your personal
and we have
training so that the crop
baby
top's
clothes
popping.
coming out too. Baby clothes will be
You
out
said
soon.
baby clothes? Aw,
Yeah, I'm working on like the little ones, like the onesies and everything like that. Doing a couple
that's
of things for that
adorable.
too.
That's what's up.
That's dope. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope
Okay.
you have a wonderful evening, and I wish you the best of luck in growing your business and prospering. Have a good one. Whew. All right. This has been a lot of fun, honestly. Time is flying. All
Yes.
right.
Man.
So, our next guest is Roxanne. Let me go ahead and grab her.
Roxanne.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey girl,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hi DeAndre.
How you doing, Roxanne?
I'm good.
All right. Let me get your information up there, love. So much like Marcel, Roxanne is someone I went to high school with, and I reached out to her almost immediately because we've been just kind of climbing this. Well, I didn't even talk about our business, but Jamal and I, our business is selling edibles. So we've been kind of going through this cannabis business
Yes,
train kind of together,
it's hard. Girl.
sharing information.
Hard. If I knew it was this hard when I started, I don't know if I would have started it. But
Yes, you would have. You would have because it's your calling. This is what you're supposed to do.
it's definitely a struggle though. It's
I feel you.
but it's a good struggle. It's like a game changer to be in the cannabis industry when it's first starting is like a really big thing. Like
Hmm.
just in time. You know what I mean? So, and I have a product nobody else has. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, with that being said, tell us a little bit more about your product and yourself, how you got started.
So I'm Roxanne, and I'm the owner of the Spliff Box. Well, right now we're revamping, so we're going to be the Spliff Bag. So I'm the owner of the Spliff Bag, and basically what I do is I create cannabis smoking accessories for women so they can smoke pretty. So this is my first product that I created.
I own one. I wish I brought it out. Like,
That's all.
I do own one though.
And basically it's a joint holder for your blunts and joints. So I know as a woman I like to smoke with longer nails. I don't have nails on right now because I'm working, but usually my nails are like super long and it gets hard to smoke. Like you can't smoke your blunt all the way down. You don't want to burn your nails.
Facts.
I don't like smoking with lip. I like to smoke with lip gloss on, but I don't like to get my lip gloss on the blunt. So keep my lips off the blunt and off the.
Nobody else likes it either.
Exactly, especially smoking with others. Now you got COVID to worry about. All
Right.
worry about your lips and put them on the blunt, the split. Don't put them on the blunt no more. And I also own my subscription box. I have
That's dope.
a subscription box company that we have like 9 to 11 different smoking accessories that come in each box, and it's quarterly. And depending on the spliff that's in the box, depends on what's inside the box as well. So I'm gonna open this one up. Brittany, I'm gonna get this one to you after I'm done. So I'm gonna send it to you because
I'll send you some edibles, girl.
Ooh, I love it. Exchange. So when you first open the box, okay, so first off, we're changing like our whole platform. So with the box, you're gonna get like a travel bag now. So the bag changes with the box, and each bag is like odor proof. It has like odor proof lining, so the odor it stays inside the bag and not outside. It comes with a lock on it, so nobody can get in your bag too. And they change, like I said, with the
Secure the bag.
yes, ma'am. Secure your put it in your bags, put it in your luggage, and go on with your day. TSA ain't got to know about this. So this is the box. This is how it comes. You get a spliff. This one is yellow. They glow in the dark too, ladies. Glow in the
They
dark. They
do.
attach to your keychain. Super cute. It has
They're super
two
cute.
attachable accessories in here. The new boxes that I have, they're gonna be all glass pieces, no more plastic. I'm over that. This one has like a dab pot inside of it. It's a honey pot. It matches the bear.
That's cute.
A car ashtray.
Nice.
Um, this is a top puff hookah. You put it on top of your water bottle and stuff, and it turns into like a hookah pipe.
Oh wow.
Eating stuff in it, whatever you want to do. This is a dab tool. It's the little meme dude. I got a couple of other things in here. Automatic joint roller, because if your nails are long, it's kind of hard to roll joints, So put the weed in here, put the joint paper, press it down. You got a joint. That easy. I also have a passport holder. If you don't have a passport, it's perfect for your wallet grinder. Put it inside of there. Nobody got to know. That's between you and you. Period. I have a necklace. And I have a one hitter because one hitters are
Ooh.
like the perfect like accessory to have.
Facts.
Through it, I think you do this to it. Close the door, please. And then you have a pipe. So
Oh wow.
that's that. I know you hear a baby in the background, but that's
It's
mother.
okay, girl. That's why we grind, right?
Exactly. So yeah, every quarter my boxes change. I'm looking to make them like a little bit more luxury. So look out for me. I got a lot of good things coming. This is my first go around. From here
I
on,
got a couple friends and family that'll be interested in your stuff.
thank you.
We all do. Pretty girls smoke too, right?
Of course, pretty girls smoke too. Who said they don't? That's the crazy thing. Everybody loves a stoner chick.
Right.
Want to be high? I know I do, but yeah. So yes, ma'am.
No,
But
I
yeah,
love it.
I
And
have.
I
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I know that I've kind of watched you through social media specifically because we're obviously in two different states, but like build your brand from the beginning. And I can honestly say that I'm so proud of you
Thank
that you out here, you doing it. She's up at the hours I'm up, but she's up at those hours working.
I'm
I'm
up.
up at those hours
I never get sleep.
watching my 600-pound life.
I can't even keep up with Tammy and them now. I'm losing sleep. Shoot.
I just started watching 1,000-Pound Sisters. That's hilarious.
Or I just heard somebody complaining about them on Facebook, but that's for another conversation. That's for
Yeah, in 90 Day Fiance. We had to get back to that chat. But anywho,
yeah.
as far as your business goes, like I said, I want to give you your flowers. I've watched you work so hard and go from like crowdfunding to get it started to like being able to do your own thing and to get your billboards up and to have the, in Vegas and to have your information out there. As
Thank
far as you people being out of state goes, obviously you ship
I do.
everywhere.
I do.
Okay. So everyone who's interested, make sure. When's your relaunch date?
I'm trying to relaunch in the next 2 weeks. I can't make that promise. I'm a super perfectionist. I just don't like putting anything out there. So right now I'm working to get my bags done. I'm actually waiting for my first sample to come. So hopefully I can have that up in the next 2 weeks. I've been working. This is like 2 years in the making of like just starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. I know people be like, oh my God, you would think she have it up by now, but it takes a long time. Like, especially to be in the cannabis industry, like all the different things and different routes you have to take, because you can't just like say, hey, PayPal, I'm gonna take credit cards through you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through different merchant systems and everything like that, like third parties and stuff. So I'm trying to be up in 2 weeks. That's the short answer. I'm trying to be up in 2 weeks. I can't make that promise.
You got this, girl. Speak
And
it
I got
into
a big
existence.
influencer, y'all. I got a big influencer coming out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was
So,
gonna say it's 2/22/22. Like, if there's any day to speak it into existence, girl, it's today.
girl, I cannot wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to see like where this takes me. You know, like it's the cannabis industry. I mean, what's better than that? Maybe real
No,
estate.
exactly. And it's like you said, it's an industry that's growing now. So why
Yes.
not get in on it now?
Trying to grow with it. Hopefully, I meet Snoop Dogg this year. That's my goal.
Okay. That's a great goal.
Thank
It is.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for sharing all of this information with us.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. Let me hold on before I let you go. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any questions. So everyone's just saying they need a box. They shared your information with everybody. Are you still doing the boxes while you're rebranding or
So,
okay. Well, I'll still take mine.
I will. Okay, I got some sample bags coming, so I'll just send you one. You'll be one of the first to get one. But yeah, I don't want to sell the box without the bag because the bag is part of the experience. Like I feel like every female loves a good bag. You know what I mean? And it's a little ass bag, y'all. That's what it's saying on it. It's a little ass bag. I feel like every female needs this little ass bag in their life for real.
That's
like,
cute.
Because who don't want to take their weed out of town, sis? I know. Listen, I literally brought a whole ounce back from Vegas. I would have loved to bring an ounce back in my carbon proof bag that had a lock on it without TSA going through my things. You know what I mean? They could have stole them a gram or two. So yeah, I feel like every female needs this bag. I'm gonna get y'all right. And they not
I feel
expensive.
it.
Not expensive.
I feel it. I'm excited for you, love. The sky's the limit. You got this.
Thank you, boo. I love it. Thank
I
you.
love you. Thank you for coming on.
It was
I
great
hope you have a
having you.
wonderful evening.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
All right. We are getting close to the end, y'all. These amazing people we have had on all night sharing literally completely different types of businesses.
I just love how they're flowing together. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, you know, DeAndre, I don't do anything without some sort of thought behind it. Usually.
Yeah, I know.
There's usually some thought. So as he is stretching and getting his life together.
Oh yeah. I was like, damn, I'm gonna get caught on that. So
welcome, Maurice. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Welcome to Career Day. So you've been hanging out. You've heard a little bit of what everybody else has been giving us this evening. I like your hat.
Thank you. It's Cappy. He comes with me to a lot of things. So yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I love Cappy.
It reminds me, so Snuggles, Ryan, has been really into Mario. So he's like, I'm baby Mario. I'm baby Mario. So like we've been dealing with that. So that's what that reminds me of.
It's literally him from Super Mario Odyssey. So yeah.
Okay. So I'm not
Yeah, you're not tripping. You're not tripping. Yeah.
You guys know, like, so side note, really quickly, I had shared earlier that in the group chats that we're in, that I was in like a Sim City like club, and I realized all my life I've been a nerd, but like when I'm in a group of nerds, I also feel like I'm faking it till I make it. So it's like, oh, that kind of reminds me. Oh, I'm right. Okay. I have to lean on Jamal so much for that type of information. But that's neither here nor there. You are no longer Roxanne. So let me get all of the correct information up there for you before you start chatting with us.
I look good. I like that. Shoot, I never had that before.
You got all the credentials just up there.
No, that's right. I know that's right. Yeah.
But welcome and go for it. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Oh man, okay, I can freestyle. I like rap. But no, hey everybody, I'm Maurice Valentino, Michelangelo Maurice Valentino Hayes. Everybody calls me Maurice. And I am the owner, CEO, and founder of Valentino's Workshop LLC, located in Baltimore, Maryland, but working nationwide. So we're a tutoring, and we mostly do tutoring, but we're also a tutoring and media company. So we do different things like esports, and then we help market other people's businesses and initiatives, and any idea they want to get popping off. We teach them how to brand themselves in a multimedia way, how to start making funds and get money, and just how to help them live their best dreams. I've helped people like quit their jobs, and do their legitimate businesses full time, like myself. I've helped kids get full rides to colleges. I've helped people start their own collectives. It's been a wonderful life, and I've been doing this. The business is almost 5 years old. It's 4.5 right now. I'll turn 5 this August. But I started solo, and I have paid independent contractors, at least 6 of them. And I have an esports division where I run like Super Smash Brothers tournaments. I started dwelling the Pokemon tournaments last year, as well as Super Smash Brothers, and just expanding nationwide. So I have clients in New York, Texas, California. I've had clients overseas, and while I've been tutoring in South Africa, I've tutored from China before. I'm a globetrotter, I'm a venturer, and I'm a wildcat, if anybody knows my story. So I'm a big old nerd. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as tutoring goes, do you work just with the youth in Baltimore, or is that also something that you do virtually?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I tutored. Not. I started by tutoring in Baltimore, but we've gone nationwide now. So I used to do in person, but because of COVID, kind of like slowed things down. However, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, as a wise fighting gym leader once told me. So yeah, what happened with that is I'd already started using Google Hangouts. So by the time the panty happened, I was like, well, I could do online. They was like, nah, it's gonna go back to normal, and that was back in March 2020. Nah. So then
Still waiting.
a month later, Maurice, help me out. And because of my innovative strategies with tutoring, I do what I call two CRTs. Critical race theory, as everybody knows. Like, I teach about race and everything, especially since I serve mostly Black students. I serve anybody, money's anything, but I want to serve a Black community. And the second is culturally relevant teaching. So I teach, this is Cappy, he's very, helpful. I teach using video games. I teach using my Nintendo Switch. I teach using anime. I teach using hip hop, because hip hop is one of the most profound, not just, music genres, but cultures inside the entire world. I used to do hip hop lectures at Bowie State University. I went up to Harvard to meet Henry Louis Gates to talk about hip hop. I did a TED talk on hip hop. That's on my, it's really great. I got a TED talk on hip hop on my YouTube channel. So I believe that kids are not like, one dimensional. They're multidimensional, just like us, And I remember listening to this song by Blue and Exile. I think it's called In Remembrance. And it said, and what we teach them is all they know. And I really took that to heart, Valentino's workshop was started because my friend that passed away, she didn't really have insurance when she got hit by a car. And she was back in I think she was in South Africa, actually doing like a missions trip, and a bus had hit, and her chest has gotten hurt really bad. So when she went to the hospital, they told her they couldn't take her insurance because it was American. She would have survived if they had just taken it. And sometimes because of lack of resources, whether it be educational or health-wise, very much people, environmental racism, a whole bunch of things, we end up actually losing our lives, So how can we provide equity and equitable resources for, marginalized peoples? And I've dedicated my life to that. And at 27, I'm glad to do this full time and provide things through tutoring, gaming, business consultation. I really liked Monica because she was talking about equitable prices. My tutoring is relatively cheap. While they usually have and it is a crazy business model because people like charge tutoring for 60, 70 an hour. I do it for about 30. This is the first year I've raised my prices, but it's been like $20 an hour for about 4 years. And I only just raised it because I had to hire more tutors to compensate,
Right.
But it's I tutor K through 12 math, K through 12 English, and then I also teach you different things. And if anybody wants to learn anything, business, Pokemon, branding, where to get grants, all that type of stuff, I teach about a lot of stuff. So that's basically what I do. And yeah, and that's the answer to your question. Sorry I went off the rails, but
No, you're absolutely fine. You
yeah.
had plenty of information off the rails.
I teach, if anybody want the book, I teach in New York, so mostly online because I'm booked to the brim. I'm booked all the way till June. However, I have multiple tutors that can still tutor children, and they're all available. They got their degrees from HBCUs, master's degrees in applied mathematics, like Tuskegee University, Clarkland University, Morehouse, me, Bowie, just people of different parts of blackness, Black LGBTQ. Like, this is really good stuff. So If anybody needs their kids at a low tutoring price, they want to pay week by week or in bulk, it doesn't matter because we get it done. We're going to get you your A's and we're going to get this homework done. So, yeah, that's our tutoring services.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. I always every time I've ever heard your voice it's been very commanding. Um, so to know that you basically do this for a living is like, okay, that makes sense. Like in the in the chats, you seem like, you take charge of a room or any room that you step into. You're
Appreciate
very
it.
charismatic. So I think
Thank you.
it's very awesome and that's definitely helping you succeed.
Thank you.
I know that you said that you work with a lot of like underprivileged youth and younger Black kids. Do
Mhm.
you feel the support from the Black community as you're reaching back to help?
Yeah, and before we go to this question, I remember one time you called me Steve Rogers. One time I appreciate that. Made me laugh actually. And I'm not trying to take this off dramatic effect. It's actually getting a little warm in here now. But I've seen it. I've seen. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Rise the Arts. I'm going to get back to you all. But I see your comments and I appreciate them. But could you repeat the question one more time? I just want to make sure I address this
So my
person.
question for you is just, do you feel as you're reaching back into the Black community to help the youth that you have the support from Black people? Do you feel supported by the Black community?
And yes, 90, I'll say about, shoot, let me look at it now. I'm thinking about it. I think 100% of my clientele is Black.
Okay.
And for over 4 years, 4.5 years, it's been Black people. And we get a lot of stereotypes. So we don't support our own and everything of that sort. And I really like, again, I'm going back to Monica because if we really want to transform a capitalist society, if we really want to transform when we're under a nation of a white supremacist nation and everything like that, we have to be for each other as we've been in the past. That's the only way we win. I one time asked my friend, she used to do like a lot of activist work. I think I asked her about 2 years ago, how do we win? Right? And it's a very loaded question because you're like, what do you mean? I said, it's the only, and she said, what type of thing do you mean to win? I said, the only thing that's worth winning, right? Freedom, right? How do we become free and not just like financially? How becoming free? Attitude, everything of that sort. And my community has helped me be free. They've been really good to me. And shout out to, I tell people, even when I won like a HBCU startup open competition. And when they asked me how you do your marketing, I was like, for 4 years, my marketing was word of mouth. And guess who? Black women, right? Black mothers, praying Black mothers who are like in their 30s or 40s. They said, I need you for my son. I need you for this. And they tell their homegirl, like, girl, this guy do it for $20 an hour, $30 an hour. He get all your homework done. He speaks French and Chinese, and he does K-12 math and all this type of stuff. He's a nerd and all this. Raiz, my apologies. Oh, Raiz art. Wow. So they're like,
Yeah.
They said, oh, I need you for this, that, and the third. And next thing you know, I'm getting booked out the wazoo. I remember even in New York, I was cool for homegirl from Bowie. She put me on her mother. Her mother runs the Deltas up in New York. So I'm cool with the Deltas in Queens, New York. And, even in Texas, they suggest me to people. And it's just like, and I've always been provided for my community. I've never been able to go without, and it's usually because of Black people. And my thing is, because of that, I've had to be an asset. I've kept on my toes. I know some people say, some people say, stay on your toes. But if I'm giving you a service, it has to be thorough. DeAndre knows that sometimes I can be like extremely like wordy enough, stuff like that, because you gotta be tight about your shit, like you gotta be. And I'm sorry I'm cuss, but I'm a flavorful guy.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you gotta be tight because
We cuss all the time.
when you're combating the things that you want to combat, right? Like the world and the systems and everything, your game gotta be tight. I say this about Pokemon, Smash, every single day. Like I've trained myself to be the best in whatever I do because your competition and the problems you're going to face requires such a versatile mindset. That's what they taught me in Morehouse. But even as I see the world developing today, I realize I got to be versatile. So with my community, I make sure I'm not last days of cool with anything. Like if they need me to be on time, they need invoices, they need me to get all the assignments done. There's no if or buts about it. You getting Nike brand service, you getting like top of the line, like Walmart, Target, whatever Gucci brand, you're getting that from Valentino's workshop because our people deserve the best. And because that customer service, I hone in on that. That's why I've been able to get paid. So my community has been everything to me. I've been them and they've been me.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Because I know, like you said, people experience that not feeling support. So the fact that you've been able to not only uplift your community, but outside of your community.
Mhm.
Your direct community being Baltimore
Mhm.
is beautiful.
Thank you.
And, we have that HBCU love. So HU all day.
Yeah, sure. The real HU.
The real, we are not speaking about the Institute today.
I'm at the Institute.
We
Oh,
will
you
not
got
be
me.
speaking about Hampton Institute. So, anywho, no offense, Lamar, if you're still here. Uh, but the things you learn from being at an HBCU it's beautiful, and it's so underrated. Like, people don't take into account that you're literally learning from Black people who are in the field you want to be in,
Mhm.
and who have fought and who have understood that we get a different set of playing cards, whether we like it or not. Like, our cards just do not look like the cards of other people, and it's doing the best with your hand and succeeding with that hand that you're dealt. So
Mhm.
we got compliments on your hat.
Yeah, thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. Yeah. My boy P's Arthur, he knows it. He knows it. I appreciate you. If Rich gives a compliment, you in there,
Right. That's hilarious. But yeah, I think that's awesome. And the fact that you're specifically just giving back to the communities. Like I keep saying, that's why this podcast was invented, because we need to give back to our communities. We need to give our community a place to feel comfortable and to talk. So
Mhm.
To show
yeah,
that
your
this
work is
can be done.
appreciated.
What'd you say, DeAndre?
I'm saying to show that this can be done.
It can be
We
done.
Absolutely.
can
On
create a
so
large
many
platform
levels.
being able to talk about these deeper issues.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, let me just tell you, I have a 5-year-old going into K. So we'll see how that works. And
Look.
a 2-year-old who we'll see.
Mhm.
We got time for him, and I have a
Mhm.
second grader.
No
So
problem. No
you might
problem.
be hearing from us.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
But I love that you are booked and busy.
Busy.
Like, yes, that's how it should be.
Mhm.
Congratulations on your success, and I wish you so much more. So
Mhm.
much more. I hope that this platform brings you more business.
Hope so. Hope so. And even that, I really appreciate. Is there any more questions or anything? It could be on anything regarding the business or whatever mind you for. Or is that?
I don't have any questions. Do you have any, DeAndre?
No.
All right. And I don't think we have any from the audience, just lots of love.
Oh, that's love. That's beautiful. Mhm.
But thank you so much, Maurice, for taking the time at the end of what I know was a very busy day for you.
Mhm. Thank you. It was actually at work. Crazy hours, full time entrepreneur. It's good. It's okay, but it's not as glamorized. But I'm about to get the nicest nap, so I appreciate y'all.
Well, enjoy your nap.
Mm.
And thank you so much for sharing this information with us. Lamar just confirmed that Hampton is not um is not what that's not who they support in their home. So that's good to me. As long as we know that the Institute is the Institute.
Mhm.
Keep it pushing. But thank you so much, Lamar. I'm sorry, I called you Lamar.
Let's
Thank you so
go.
much,
Go.
Maurice,
Yes.
for joining us.
Mm.
And I hope you have a wonderful evening.
No problem. I'll tune in for the rest.
Awesome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Guys, this is like last but not least, like certainly not least.
2 hours.
2 hours, but 2 hours of information, 2 hours of incredibly talented Black people.
Absolutely.
And like, this is the tip of the iceberg. Like, we could really run this back. Like easily. I realized today as I was going through my friends list, I was like, dang, I could have like
Me
invited
too.
like, oh shoot. Like, I felt bad.
I
But I
missed like
posted
5
about it
people.
and everyone had the opportunity. All right. So our last guest is Raiz Artz.
Hey, what's going on,
Welcome.
everybody?
What up?
I
What's up?
saved
What's up?
him for last and certainly not least, because he's actually the artist of our logo. So Ray created our logo last minute as hell. because the podcast, like we were just like, you know what, we should do this. And like maybe a week before we planned on going live, I put a Facebook status and he hit me and he's like, well, let me know if you need a commission. I was like, yeah, well, I was looking for a favor. And he found it within his heart to do us this favor and to create our amazing logo. So we appreciate you for being on tonight
Of course.
and to talk about everything that you have going on with your business. Okay, before we get started, Monica already says she needs your help too.
Oh,
she's going through rebranding. She needs a dope ass logo.
hey, just, make sure to add me on IG. Everybody, please add me on IG. Check out my work. It's raiz_artz. I see that you already got it in the marquee.
I got it correctly. We Gucci.
Yeah, we good. We good.
Jamal doesn't let me say that, but go ahead.
Okay, so I guess a little bit about me. I technically Raiz Arts has been a thing since 2016. Technically, but it became a full-time business last year during the pandemic. I actually ended up getting sick, and my job did not care. I'm like coughing, driving to the ER, trying to answer work texts and stuff. And I'm sitting in the waiting room like, yo, these guys are really gangsters for real. Like, they got me out worrying about their life, their dreams, the things that they want to accomplish. You know what? I quit.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, because like, I mean, if we live in a world where society can be shut down for 2 years, we can also live in a world where Raiz Arts is a full-time thing, and I can make my dreams.
Absolutely.
And so,
absolutely.
Yeah, I did. It's been a super productive year. I teach comic arts classes for one of the local boys and girls clubs in Pittsburgh, as well as one of our private schools, Shadyside Academy. I've done a comic project with Yona Harvey, who is a writer, a Pittsburgh poet, but she's also a writer. She has done the writing for Black Panther World of Wakanda Chapter 1, and a few other things. Yeah.
Wow.
She asked me last year to be part of an anthology series called Deadbeats, and I got to bring her horror comic to life. So that was really fun.
That's super awesome.
Thank you. I did an Insecure poster that was just supposed to be fan art. Late at the end of the year, I'm a huge Insecure fan. Issa Rae's
Me too, bro. Me too.
Like, yo, I can't believe how quickly she's just taking over the world. Like, she's phenomenal.
I've been following Issa since she was like a YouTube startup with Awkward Black Girl. So it's great to see her.
There's another show that she does, or did on YouTube as well, that ended prematurely. I can't remember. It wasn't Awkward Black Girl, but it was something else. But yeah, she's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But the fan art actually yielded me to be able to work with one of the artists, music artists from her TV show. So expect some cover art from me that I can't necessarily show yet. But I'm working with one of the musicians, T.R.e.w. I don't know if anyone's heard her music. If not, check her out on YouTube. She's amazing. And she's really easy to work with too. So I was really blessed with that. I met RDC World late last year at Anime NYC. I actually did some fan art for them before, and so I was able to show them in person, and that fan art actually led me to being able to do a album cover for one of the members of RDC World, Av. So that was cool.
Wow.
I'm hoping
You're
to
doing big things.
Thank you. I'm hoping to do some more collaborations with them in the future. They like my work. I like working with them, so we'll see how that all pans out. But I do album covers. I'm working with a few artists out in Cali with their album covers, as well as some local artists in Pittsburgh. Actually, most of my clients are not from Pittsburgh. So I'm hoping to keep up that trend today, because most of your audience is in Maryland, right?
Maryland. I'm from Michigan. DeAndre's in Pittsburgh,
Yep.
so you get a little mixture of it all.
Yeah, DeAndre actually works with us on my family. So
Yeah,
yeah.
he went to
Nice.
high school with some of his family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I just recently did a movie project with a indie filmmaker in Pittsburgh. So I have some illustrations that are popping up there. I've done a lot of logo and T-shirt designs. There's a faux restaurant, actually, DeAndre in Lawrenceville. There's a restaurant called What the Faux. You see their logo,
That's
that
cute.
mascot actually was the one to design that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Thank you, thank you.
That's so
Um,
cool.
I just did a logo that got wrapped on someone's food truck. That should be coming out in spring. I did a pastry logo in North Carolina's logo uh, in North Carolina last year. I've actually done logos for various podcasts, including my own. I do have. Is it too late to plug my podcast?
Not at
Of
all.
course not. Are you
Okay.
still talking? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Because I think my guys are actually in here. I don't know if they're going to be in the chat, but I do a podcast with Golden Tree TV on YouTube. It's called Culture Unmasked, where we talk about how to get into the industry, different ideas on how to make your comics and things work. We talk about pop culture, different ideas on movies, and how to write stories. Like it's really really cool stuff. So yeah, check us out. It's on Golden Tree TV on YouTube.
Awesome. Sorry, I've been like diligently trying to pull up like the pictures that you drew for Jamal and I so
Yeah.
that I could share the screen. But the way that we met Ray was the way that I've met everybody. Well, not everyone on the show today, but the way I met DeAndre, which is through the Pokemon community. And he would put up his commissions and be open still is obviously for commissions, and we would get different Pokemon drawings done. So Jamal had gotten mine for Mother's Day, and I returned and got him his for his birthday, I believe it was. Maybe not. Mother's Day
No,
comes
I feel like it was.
is Father's Day,
I
June.
did. Yeah, I did one for your birthday, I thought, and then I did his for Father's Day.
Okay. I think it was Mother's Day and then Father's Day. So like
Okay.
May and then June.
Yeah.
Um so let me share my screen so I can share them with you. So these are like Pokemon pictures, but they're super cute. I absolutely love them. All right, hold on, share screen. See, I'm struggling much like we were with M earlier. This screen. Yeah, share that one. Okay, cool. So this is, let me bring up this first.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Can you guys see this as soon as it comes up? All right. So this is my picture. So this is me with Score Bunny, which is Julian's favorite Pokemon, or was at this time. He loves Sobble now, but that's neither here nor there. Um,
Probably.
doing the high five with the foot. So that's me dressed as Go, which is super cute with my off gray hair. I've gone through so many hair colors, but this was like a perfect depiction of what I looked like at the time, right? And then this is Jamal's picture. I do see that under the crown there is a little bit of hair there. Not quite accurate, however.
Wait, I'm trying to think. Didn't I draw him bald and he like wanted me to go back and add hair?
I don't know. I don't know.
It out.
It's quite possible.
I think that's what happened, and I think I still have both versions actually.
That's hilarious. So those are the pictures we've had drawn. I am just going to show a few other pictures that we've posted in the past of that you've done. This is specifically with Pokemon, but like you said, your talents go obviously beyond this community.
Thank
So
you.
yes, just wanted to share some of the things I had on this end, in addition to our logo. So and I don't know if there's any way I can like show the logo in the background, but you guys seen it. posting on everything. It's on everything. And I mean, we greatly appreciate your talent. Like
Of
it's
course.
godsend, to be honest. Like I can't draw worth shit. So like, to be able to see someone who's just like, I gave this to you and 3 days later you produced like the perfect. And I'm the type of person I meant to ask this of Monica. That was my question actually. Was like I'm the type of person where I give the creative talent all creative
Control.
like control. Yeah, I'm like, look, I have a little bit of a vision, but like you go do you. Is that something, do you enjoy having creative control or do you like to have like a direction?
So that's a really good question. It really truly depends on the project, but it also depends on the client, right? Because you can't say, okay, Ray, I will give you full creative control, and then I show you it. No, that ain't it. Okay, I'll go back. No, that ain't it. Okay,
Right.
I'll go back. No, that ain't it. And it's like, okay, all right, well, look, I'm gonna need you to sit, pray, meditate, whatever.
Right. Stop
Figure
wasting
out
my
what you
time.
want. Then come back to me. That doesn't happen a whole lot, but I will say that it happened enough for me to create an edit system with projects that I do. So I include 3 free edits with everything that I do. I always recommend that clients take it during the draft stage of a project because it just, if I finish it completely and I've shown you a draft and I've shown you the line work and I've shown you the colors, and then you're finally like, oh well, actually change this thing that could have been changed way back in the draft stage. It just slows us both up.
No, absolutely. Your time is precious.
Yeah, and like I work on multiple projects at a time, and so like I don't want to rush through yours in order to just get to someone else's. So I really do like to take the time to get to let the project breathe a little bit before just trying to rush something out. Because I just think that it's better whenever we're all on the same page. But yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really good question. Thank you, Brittany.
No problem. But I've always been that way. Like if I go to a bar, I'll ask the bartender, make me anything. And I had a bartender tell me like that's really annoying. And I'm like, I thought you'd want to like get creative or you have a recipe in mind. Like I'm down to try whatever. And I was told that I was annoying. Only by
No,
that bartender.
listen, you're not annoying because like when you say creative control, you really do mean
I
it.
mean it. Yeah.
But like a lot of times people, because like they're afraid, right? They're just like, I finally found an artist that I like, and I want to make sure to lock him in before he gets too busy or whatever.
Mhm.
So just take it. And it's like, well, no, whoa there.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. So like let's talk about this first. Let's be a little reasonable, you know. So but I love working with all types of different clients. People who know their vision is cool. People who don't know their vision and need some help, that's cool too. Pretty much I like to meet people where they're at.
Nice. DeAndre, do you have any questions for Ray?
Not at all. I'm just proud of all the success you're going through, man.
Appreciate
I
you, bro.
know. And the crazy part is I thought you were just experiencing it with like the insecure, but from what I hear, you've been winning all year, and I am proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Like, that's what's up. Because you have such a humble, just demeanor.
I appreciate
it. So it's really cool to see just how successful you've been and how successful you're going to be. You're talented, extremely talented. So
For real. And the whole family's like that.
Really?
Yeah. His brother could sing like a mug, man.
Yeah.
All the talent like skipped me, I feel. In my family. I'm like, what happened? Like, I mean, I got the good looks or whatever, but
I mean, you have a whole podcast. You have to have talent to be able to.
That's true.
Yeah, you got to be charismatic on top of that.
Absolutely. I create rapport with people pretty well.
Yeah.
But I cannot draw. I can write poetry though.
That's okay.
That's where
this is another form of art.
Yeah.
Facts.
I would love to hear
word
poetry one day. Yeah.
Spoken word. But thank you so much. Sorry,
you're fine.
Tears. I don't even know where they came from. But thank you so much for joining us and for sharing everything, your talent, your art. As far as reaching out to you for commissions, how do you prefer to be reached out to?
You can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, or email me. My email address is raiz, RAIZ .THE.ARTS @gmail.com. My phone number is 412-712-7154.
And
Whatever.
he is engaged, ladies, so
I am engaged. Yeah.
don't take that and run with it.
Yes. That's the business number. So,
Right. Cuts off at a certain time.
Absolutely, absolutely. But seriously, I think I'm fun to work with. Easy to talk to. So, if you have any ideas, I would love to bring your vision to life.
Here goes Jamal. I'm about to text you. But yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
No
Thank
problem.
you. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You guys as well.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, bro.
All right. So as I promised, I'm about to just run everybody's name through so it's on the screen one more good time. But while I do that, just to plug my own business, I mentioned it while we were talking to Brittany mainly, but Jamal and I own an edible business. We sell edibles, we ship edibles. I was having a conversation with Rich about the legalities behind that. We're going to skip through it real quick. But we do, our business is called BJ's, Best Thing You'll Ever Put in Your Mouth, to play obviously on our name, Brittany and Jamal. But it is to catch your attention. And it's true. It is the best thing you'll put in your mouth. We try to cater everything we do um, to be gourmet, to be what you're looking for. If you only get one opportunity as an adult a week, really, to cheat and to have that cheat meal, why not be elevated? So, whatever your favorite dessert is let us know. And we try to be able to convert that into something that you'll love and be able to snack on. I'm running M's information through here. We are, for anybody in the Maryland area who is interested, we are doing a brunch the weekend of 420, the weekend after, so 424. So let me know if you want that information. There goes your Richard's information. He had the gaming truck in Houston and all the fun things in Houston. We all need to go and visit. All right. And Jessica's, DeAndre, do you have anything you want to wrap up with? Anybody's information that you are going to utilize?
I followed every single page that's been featured on here. Making sure I'm keeping all of them in mind because I know once we get bigger, we're going to need to link up with every last one of them.
Absolutely. And like everyone had a talent. Jamal wanted me to add that we make our own wine, which is true. And we're trying to get more into the wine industry. But that's kind of always been our focus within our friends group because our friends are so talented.
And diverse.
Yes, and we've just wanted to see everyone succeed. Like we want to create that Black Wall Street. If I come up, then my money can help you come up.
And this alone helps showcase that.
Absolutely. All right, so I have Roxanne's information going across the bottom. She has the spliff bag for all of my fellow stoners, my pretty girls who smoke. So make sure you get that information. We have Maurice, who on the other end of ISIS, essentially, getting in the educational training and having those. He didn't say motivational, but just having those conversations and sharing that information that isn't shared with us within the Black community. Like it's all hush hush. If you know type of information. So
Yeah.
I love that our generation and our friends are sharing that knowledge and breaking through and showing that creativity and success doesn't look like one thing. We can break that mold. So I absolutely had a lot of fun this evening. For once, I did not have to do a lot of talking. I might not yawn in the after show. But thank you to all of the awesome business owners that have joined us this evening. Thank you so much for sharing with your friends. I hope that you guys see success just from being on our podcast. I hope that all of your future dreams and endeavors, I mean, you manifest them. I hope you live them. I want all of my friends to be rich. I don't know if you want to be famous, but I want y'all all to be rich.
I want
Like,
the money. I don't want the fame.
exactly. Monica said this is dope. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
We were happy to have all of y'all. Thank
Facts.
y'all for being able to be here.
Facts. Next week. Oh, next week we're going back to serious, right? We're getting back to like the nitty-gritty of what our podcast was
Founded
founded
upon.
for.
It's gonna be a
Next week we will be
podcast.
talking about pedophilia in the Black community. So I'm gonna trigger warning now, and I'll trigger warning next week. But we're getting back to our serious subject matters and just talking about pedophilia in the Black community and what that looks like. Um, so I hope you guys join us for that.
And as always, if you're interested in being a guest, feel free to hit myself or Brittany up whenever you have the free time to.
Absolutely. Yep. And I try to post for a week what we're going to be talking about. So hit us up, let us know if you're interested in being on here. I know that after some of these conversations we've had, I'm interested in bringing some of these guests back just to talk
Absolutely.
about, right? So many other subject matters that came up. Uh, Lamar would definitely love to come back, and you're always welcome. Just let us know. Let us know every Tuesday night. We are here. We keep this platform open. Sometimes it's Tuesday night therapy. So join us, and until next week, we hope that you guys stay healthy, stay safe, and stay unapologetically Black. Have a wonderful evening.
See y'all.
Peace.